Hey, hello everyone. No C# today, no .NET. I am going to do one of my pet projects in Python because basically I want to create something to automate my podcast creation. Yes, I vibe code a website using radio and more that allows me to upload my voice recording and then it's going to apply some effects, put it all together. I'm going to explain everything later. It was a nice experience. It's also a chance to not do just AI. This is literally that have nothing to do with AI until I get to playwright and more. This is probably going to be a next episode. So, hey, let's take a look and I hope you like it. As I said, this is not .NET, this is a Python project, but this also helped me to keep me up to date with the latest and greatest of Python. So this is my main website for the podcast. The podcast is in Spanish, but hey, I vibe code the page where I see all of the episodes and more stuff, and this is all, the page is in English and Spanish. The way that I create my podcast episode is I am taking notes of the stuff that I see, read, listen on internet, podcasts, articles, videos, and more. And when I find something interesting, I start to get those notes with the sources. And I have a super complicated, not complicated, but it's a very long prompt with Copilot, where basically I'm going to generate the notes to talk about this. And that's the fun part, to generate the note, to get the different sources, and to record the voice of the podcast. This is where I get here. When I get there, this is step one. The step two is to basically do the editing of the podcast. And I used to do some Adobe Enhancer to clean up the audio of the podcast. That's fine. That's great. And then when I have the audio clean, when I have kind of a clean voice audio, I do the stitching, the intro, the outro, the background music, and more. I started to use Camtasia years ago. Then I moved to other products. The latest one that I use, you can see it here, is CapCut, which is great for videos, good for basically for audios and more. I can manage the volume here. I can do a lot of things. But at the end of the day, this is a very repetitive and I don't know. I have the feeling that I can automate this. And this is how I get here. By the way, the third part is going to iVoox, the platform that I use, to click here with new episodes, create here, upload my episode completed. There are no API here, so I need to automate this. This is going to be my next project, Playwright, to do this. But this is the moment that I decide, okay, I need to go back to my edition, where you can see I have an intro here. This is my intro. This is some background music. This is some background music or from Free Music Archive and more. The bottom one is the main recorded. So I want to automate this. And this is how I vibe code this NTN, NOMBRE Podcast Creator, which is basically what I explained, but it's going to do this automatically. I created this for NOMBRE, but feel free to use it for whatever you want. And the whole idea here, let me go to the technical part, have documentation and more. I am using this in Docker, by the way. This is kind of a nice part. Is I have here a front end. I'm using radio, web interface, that I'm going to upload my background, my music, all of the audios there, the intro and the outro. And then that's going to be kind of a general settings. I reuse that. And then I upload my recording and start to work with this. When I was researching on how to do this, I find that I have a lot of free libraries that I can use to reduce the noise and more, and they work really, really great. So I create kind of a noise reducer, loop normalizer. I'll also use Whisper for the transcribing. I create a Playwright to do the Adobe Audio Enhancer part, but everything is here. And then I store everything in just JSON. This lives in a container, so I don't need any database or whatever. And I have everything here. If you want to take a look how this is working, it's like this. Literally, I have let me zoom this a little. So I have here my theme, system, lights, dark, whatever. I have the part to do this. I am in the setting part, so I can upload my intro. And this is the intro. My brother, who is a musician, he recorded this for me. So I have my intro. I also have my outro somewhere here. Can't remember. These are the background music samples that I have. This is the outro.
Si escuchas este podcast en
It's in Spanish, of course, but at the end of the podcast, I am going to add some, hey, please like, subscribe, let me know what you think and more. And I add a feature here that because the background music needs to be background music, I can apply some volume level, 0 to 100 to globally to all of the tracks or to specifically to each one of them. Because some of the tracks are very low and other not. So this is the setting part. I have here a test of the Adobe Haze. I'm going to talk about this later. I have the AI denoiser to test how it was cleaning my audio. And in the main page, I can upload here one of my podcasts. Let me upload one of the podcasts. So it's uploading. Now I upload one of the podcasts. This is me just talking. Buenas, bienvenidos a otro episodio de No Tiene Nombre. And I have here kind of a nice preview of how this is going to end. So I will have my intro here, my background music, my outro, my voice recording, which is 12 minutes and a half. And then the total estimation, the duration of the episode is going to be 13 minutes. With all of this, I have here some options to basically delete the voice when I upload this. I also apply some trimming at the beginning and at the end to remove the silence that I have there. And I can enable the noise reduction and I can choose what I want to use, AI denoiser or another options here. I can apply the Adobe one, not going to do that, apply the loop levels, and at the end, generate the transcription with Whisper. I'm not going to generate the transcription because it's going to take a lot of time. But when I have this and I create the podcast, we are going to see that this starts. Let me move myself to the other location. And it will take a couple of minutes. This is not a long one, but when you want to apply this effect, in an example, if the file is longer than 10 megabytes, I need to split. I option to split in 8 megabytes files there to apply the noise reduction. And then when everything is without noise, I put it all together and then I create the podcast. And after a couple of seconds or minutes, it's going to be that. So right now, what I am doing, I am adding the background music. The recording is done, and I am normalizing the audio. So it takes literally a minute and a half. It's fast. When I apply Whisper, that's another option because I don't think that they have Whisper download yet. So it's going to download Whisper. It's not big, but it's going to take some time and then generate the transcript. But everything is there. After a couple of seconds, I will be able to have this. And by the way, the targets here by default, because Spotify's suggestions are more, is to have loop in 16. So I have here and I can listen to my podcast. Buenas, bienvenidos a otro episodio de No Tiene Nombre. Seguimos sin me speaking, background music, everything is up and running, everything is working. I download this and I am ready to publish this in my platform. So very simple, very easy. As I said, everything is here. It's open source. Take a look. It's literally 99% vibe coded. And I did some Python here and there, but it was a fun experience. Hey, that's it. I hope you like it. As I said, it's a very, very simple project. It took me a couple of days vibe coding while I was watching TVs and going to the background and the backyard and doing some work there. It's a fun one also. I like it. It's also a great opportunity to start to learn about some different libraries, to work with audio and more. If you're interested, I was thinking that maybe I can have my backend in Python and create a front end in Blazor to see how it works and use Aspire to coordinate this. I don't know. That these are pet projects, basically saving me half an hour of editing. Now I can do it in 2 minutes. And I need to automate and do some other stuff in the creation of the podcast. And that's already done. And in the upload to iVoox as a project. So I will figure out and I will share it later. Probably that part is going to be using playwrights, MCPs, and more. So there will be some AI there. That said, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. I will probably do more of this. I have a lot of side projects that I am doing. And see you all next one. Goodbye.